Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Opium. Welcome back to another Prizepicks pick'em video with me. We're gonna go over some Monday Night Football plays. Let's go over how we've been doing recently. So this is the pick it for this month. We're up 25 units on the month, and unfortunately, we took some losses on Sunday, but it's all right. We had a couple of discounts, chalk, like Sleeper. Sleeper, we're not messing with you, Sleeper. You need to step it up. But this is the first Sunday, as you can see on the first week of the NFL, up to 2.25, 2.28 units, and then 12.6 on this Sunday, and then this Monday Night Football game we went up 15.6. So I'm not too worried. You're gonna have some negative Sundays. You're gonna have some negative days. I lose more on days than I win, and I'm still profitable long term. Why is that? It's my slip type. When you're playing bigger slip types, you're gonna lose more often, but your wins outweigh your losses. So just gotta keep it going. Keep your head down. Don't rage bet. Keep the unit size the same, and you can watch the cash fly in. But let's get into the picks today. So we sent this in the Discord last night, early in the morning. So I would recommend joining the free Discord. You're gonna get all the picks for free. Good community. We like to joke around, and it's a good time. You get slips from a bunch of people. You can make your own slips, send them out. You can cash in with us. So it's a good time. Free Discord. I'm hosting a giveaway at the start of October. So you can't beat a free chance to win money and get free slips and just people being active all the time. So I'll link it in the comments below, but make sure you join the free Discord if you're watching this. And we can get into Monday Night Football. I'm not going to go over this Nerfy. It just had good value. It's off the board already. So we're just going to go over Monday Night Football. 4 picks. So first one is Trevor Lawrence under 33 pass attempts. So let's go into that. So you can already see pass attempts got bumped down to 32.5 and slightly favored for the over. But if this does get bumped up again, you can always take the under. So let's go to pass attempts. Cool. So 2024, Miami, he threw for 21, and Cleveland, he threw for 30. And so 50 total plays, 55 total plays, and they're throwing the ball basically like a 50-50 rate. And so the thing I liked about this is that they lost both of these games, and he still went over. So the spread is 5.5, but somehow if they win this game and he has to throw less, that works better for us. But I just think with the way Buffalo is playing football right now, they're kind of like the 49ers, where they're taking a bunch of just small chunk plays in the passing game. They're running the football a lot. They're just taking a lot of time off the clock. And then 2023, he had a solid hit rate with this, just 56%. And some of these games where he went over, he was playing the Chiefs, was down a lot against Houston. This game is against Buffalo, but it's a little bit of an outlier game. This game was in London, so I'm not really too worried about that. Another game against Houston, you're going to have to throw the ball a lot against Houston. A game, I think this might have went to overtime last year, and then a game where they're down by a lot. But, this year, they're losing games, and they're still not throwing the ball more than 33 times. And another thing, too, is they have a good pass rush. Buffalo does. So the more sacks you're getting, the less you're able to throw the ball. That's the first play. We're going to the next one, Zach Moss under fantasy score. So let's pull this one up. So there is 2 Monday Night Football games tonight. So we are able to get a little bit more value, but you can see here, so under 12.5 fantasy score. All these other books have it like 11.9 or 12, a little bit lower. So let's get into the numbers behind this. So that's underdog, but under 12.5 fantasy score. Cool. So 2024. So he went over against New England because he fell in the end zone. But that was week 1, and then against the Chiefs, 5.7, and we could see just 2023. Obviously, this was with the Colts, but when they're he was still going under in this. This is basically like touchdown or bust to me, and with how Washington plays like football, we can see rushing yards. They're like in the middle of the pack. They went under his line, but just with the way they play like football, I'll pull it up like just a random like Joe Burrow passing touchdown. So they allow the most passing touchdowns. They allow the 24th most passing yards, 23rd in passing completions. This Washington secondary is god awful. Like, it is one of the worst secondaries I've ever seen in like NFL history. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. Like, it's really, really bad. And with Joe Burrow having another week under his belt, and then Jamar Chase is back, and then T. Higgins is back. So he's getting some of his weapons back. I just think against a terrible secondary, the game plan is going to be get the ball to your best players, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I do like T. Higgins, like 3.5 receptions. I think in his first game back, he's going to have a good game. This is like the golden matchup if you have him in fantasy, by the way. But I just think this Washington team, they're gonna air the ball out. You can already see on DGF or Outlier, they already like don't run the ball as much already. Just pull up random one. Reception. Yeah, so on average, they're throwing the ball 62% of the time. On their average dog price, 65% of the time, sorry. So they already don't run the ball a lot, and I just think this is going to be an outlier game. Jamar Chase has a big game, T. Higgins has a big game, and Joe Burrow has a big game through the air. I just don't think they're going to rely on the running game as much for him to get 12.5 fantasy score. I feel like the only way he chalks that is if he scores a touchdown, and I'm willing to take my chances that he won't. So Zach Moss, 12.5 fantasy score is the second pick. Let's get into Terry McLaurin, 4 receptions. So McLaurin, that's not how you spell his name. So you can see over 4 receptions. All the books have this going heavily favored 3.5. So it is a bump line, but I'm willing to take the push for this one, just going back to recent history. So in 2024, week 1, you're filling things out with Jaden Daniels. But week 2 against New York, he had 6 receptions. So Jaden Daniels, so they're they're running like the horizontal raid, Cliff Kingsbury. But in week 2, they ended up throwing the ball 34 times in a win. And week 1, you're throwing a rookie out for the first game, trying to warm him up. So I just think, he had 8 targets, and Terry McLaurin is really efficient with his targets. But if we go into last year, I know this is a different quarterback with Sam Howell, but when they lose by 7 by the spread, 6-4, 6-5, 5-4, 6-4, 4-6. There's this game 0. Maybe he got hurt in the middle of that game or something. But when they're losing games, he was going way over 4 or pushing that 4. And I just think with another week with Jaden Daniels being efficient, Terry McLaurin should see more of a workload. And let's get into the last pick. So Josh Allen under an interception. I'm probably going to get roasted for that one. But, this is a different Josh Allen. My homie in the Discord was like, yo, Josh Allen under an interception? Like, that's insane. I was like, have you watched the Bills game? And he was like, no. And I was like, exactly. So Under an interception, -126, -125, -135, -135. So there's good value compared to the sports books. We can pull up this Josh Allen under 1.5, 2024 interception. So you can see Jacksonville is tied for like four. I guess there's 4 teams in the NFL right now that haven't gotten an interception yet, and Josh Allen hasn't thrown an interception this game. Why is that? Because they're literally not throwing the ball anymore. 25 passing plays, 19 passing plays. They're passing at a 43% rate, and they're running at a 57% rate. And you can even see this at the end of last year too. If we go to, so this game in Dallas, like specifically, is the game I remember. Joe Brady took over as offensive coordinator, and they started giving the ball to James Cook more. They started running the ball, relying on the O-line. Obviously, he had these games where he was those throwing interceptions, but ever since this week, he had a 50% hit rate when they were airing the ball out, throwing deep downfield with the Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. He was throwing interceptions, but now most of his receivers, like Curtis Samuel, Dalton Kincaid, Khalil Shakir, they're just running little shallow crossing routes in the middle of the field. There's nothing really being pushed downfield. And, it's hard to throw an interception when you're only throwing the ball 23 times and 19 times and not really forcing anything. If you watched any Bills game this year, Josh Allen looks completely different. He's not trying to force anything, and it's pretty cool to see him be like, taking care of the football and playing smart football, and they're winning games, and he seems to be happy that they're winning games. So this is the Monday Night Football slip I sent out. Let's go in the Discord, go over some wins that we had. So even though we had a negative day, I just want to go into why we play the slips that we play. So chalkboard, we're just attacking chalkboard value. We got some chalkboard slips tonight. If Joe Burrow throws 2 touchdowns, we cash 2 more slips. So, this is 0x, but this was actually a 3x. Battery would kind of Fairbairn, but that's all right. 6x on the underdog, 2x, 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 and a 2.5x. So, these 5-man slips, if you go on the plus EV plays, you can see if I run a 3-pick flex, the average leg is -144. If I run a 5-pick or 6-pick flex, the average leg is -119. The lower the number is for your slip type, the better the value. So, we could have ran these like 3-man flexes and don't get as much money back. We could have ran these as 4-man powers and lose everything. So, these slip types are the most profitable because they limit your losses the most, and they have the best ROI, so return on investment. So I'm hoping the Discord keeps cashing out for us, and these plays for Monday Night Football cash out for y'all. Let's ride. Let's watch some football this Monday night, and I'll see you on the next video. Appreciate it.